Who was your wide receiver for here? Jalen Royals from Utah
Jalen
State?
Royals.
All
This
right,
is
so
my guy this year.
look, let me
So
start with
we
this really quick. I have Royals at 7, so I
okay.
still have him relatively high. He's in my top 7. So I have Royals at 7. You have him at 4. Why is he up that high?
Where was he? Where is he? He's much lower on the consensus board, right? I haven't got that
Consensus
pulled
board,
up.
he is 83rd overall, which is the 3,
Like wide
6,
receiver 10 or something, right?
12. Wide receiver 12 right now. Again, I'd say the consensus board, he's peaked as high as 57. I think the consensus board is, I don't want to say it's moving slowly because he's moving down, and that does surprise me a little bit. I thought after a good Senior Bowl, Royals might move up a little bit, but yeah, he's down at 12 on the consensus board at the moment.
Yeah. And again, so the only point I would make there is I think like wide receiver, like last year and the last couple, honestly, wide receivers 5 through like 20, 25 are all pretty tight together. I will say, so we went to the Senior Bowl, right? First time for me. I don't know what 3, 4 for you. But we went to the Senior Bowl, and it took one snap of Jalen Royals for me to go, oh, because I knew none of these guys, right? I went to the Senior Bowl basically with fresh eyes, hadn't started the draft process yet. I was like, I'm going to go there without really seeing anyone, and jumps off tape. It took one snap of Jalen Royals to be like, oh, who's that guy? And then the second snap of him, like, okay, he's definitely good now. Like, first snap piqued my interest. Second snap was like, that guy's legit. And then, so I asked you, is that guy good? And you're like, yeah, he's legit. I talked to Mike Renner when we were down there. Renner's like, I think he's the best wide receiver at the Senior Bowl. And that included a bunch of these other top guys we're going to be talking about. So obviously that like set me going, okay, I like him. Let's dive in. I love his tape. Like I was not dissuaded from that opinion based off a couple of snaps. Once I dove into his tape, he makes it look easy. Like he's got this effortless style. He's fast with it as well. He ran a 4.42 and had a sub 1.5 second 10-yard split. Like he's not a guy that makes it look easy, and it's because he's not moving that fast. Like he was quick. He's strong and stocky and heavy built as well. Like the dude is. There was a play against UNLV where he takes a kill shot across the middle, right? Somebody, there was a seam or a post or something. The safety lays him out, and the safety was KO'd. Royals just popped back up and was like, walked off. The safety who delivered the kill shot was like sparked out. He is built like a brick. But I love his instincts. I love his route running. I love his ability to adjust to the football. Yards after the catch, it's all immediate. It's instant. I tell me why I'm crazy.
No, dude, you're not, man. I mean, I was surprised when I saw his film. I mean, when you saw Jim Nagy was talking him up when Jim was still working at the Senior Bowl during the season. He was like, this is one of those smaller school guys you need to keep an eye on. The first part that you described, I call just like a fluidity to his game. There was just a natural, you said natural, the way he moves, fluid in and out of breaks. I think it was that part. I was surprised to see he's got a 98th percentile per PFF contested catch percentage over the course of his career. When you watch some of those plays, a lot of them are like slants. They're shorter routes. So it's not his game. It's not like throw up jump balls to him. Yeah.
So yeah, first of all, I was like, wait, they caught 98%.
98th percentile, 64%. Yeah. Sorry. Yes.
So one note I do have is that he doesn't get wide open separation. Like he's not, we'll talk about some other guys later on whose separation is their calling card. It's their special skill. Like they get wide open. Royals doesn't get wide open, but what he does is he gets position and he stays there. And he's really good once he's got position. So he's very good at getting position, and then he's very good once he has position. So even if you go and watch some of the routes in the one-on-ones at the Senior Bowl, guys like Kyle Williams from Washington State, he was busting 5 yards open, and there was no one anywhere near him by the time that he was catching the ball. Royals was just getting open and then winning with position and beating the DB to the ball. The DB was usually pretty close to him, but he was always open. And that's what a lot of his tape is. Like he's not going to get wide open separation, but he is going to be open. And it's NFL open as well. Like it's going to be the right look. And then once he's in position, you're not beating him to the football. He's too strong. He's too good. He's too good at adjusting to it. So it's a slightly unusual dynamic there, where he's not going to be like a wide open separator, but I do think he gets consistently open in terms of NFL levels.
Hey guys, just taking a quick break to tell you, hey, just over 50% of you are still unsubscribed to Check the Mic. It helps the channel. It helps to make sure that you don't miss any of our shows. So if you have a chance, hit the subscribe button right now. And so that I'm going to drop a comp here, and I got to preface all of it, right? We're just comparing one part of it, right? Because you just said he's not a wide open separator. The guy that I'm talking about was at his prime, Amari Cooper. The way Jalen Royals moves reminded me of Amari Cooper, just the smoothness to his game, the flexibility in and out of routes. But again, when you have that comp, you're like, Amari Cooper was one of the better separators in the NFL for a while. But if you had questions about what separated Amari Cooper from being AJ Brown, from being a Tyreek Hill, from being a Jamar Chase, winning down the field often enough, getting behind the defense with pure speed, and I would say tracking, right? He wasn't great at those things. And I put Royals in that conversation. I don't think he's going to win. I don't think he tracks the ball or wins in contested situations down the field as much as, the high-end receivers. But the smoothness to his game, I like what you said, catches the ball, gets upfield really quickly, maximizes yards after the catch, just does a lot of receiver things well. It's why he's my 7 and, pretty close. A lot of these guys are bunched together here.
Yeah, his first step after the catch is usually very, very good. It wrong foots defenders a lot. Like he makes one step immediately, the DB is scrambling to get back in position. The other thing, I think he's pretty young to playing wide receiver. Like he's got like a season and a half of play at wide receiver at all. For that, he's got crazy polish for someone that's that new to playing the position, and at the level that he's been playing it at. Like I think his potential is a lot higher than he's showing already, and I'm already in love with him as a prospect. So, man, this is I would, if I'm the scout in the room, I am banging the table for Jalen Royals. I think he's legit.
That's so that's your guy in this draft, Jalen Royals. I have him at 7, not that far off here.
And just 6 foot, 205 pounds. He's stocky, like he's built tough as well.
Is that Amari?
Again,
Amari
huge
6'1", isn't Amari 6'1", 205?
It's probably similar,
somewhere in that range. Doesn't feel as thick, or is
Cooper feels taller than that. Am I wrong there? No, 6'1", 210.
Okay, yeah. Royals does feel like a little bit.
I don't hate that comp. Like I think there's a lot of similarities there in various ways.
Yeah. That's what I felt. That was just, again, vibes check. That's what I was getting out of Jalen Royals. I like him. Another guy, you put him opposite a big time receiver. I think this dude can get open and make things happen. So I have him as my 7. You have
just
him as
last thing on him. He's another guy I think. He's another guy I think that people are going to try and put inside as a slot guy because of his size. And even people at the Senior Bowl apparently were talking. He was saying, people like teams were saying, what do you think about playing inside, et cetera, et cetera. And obviously you're saying, yeah, whatever, like, well, wherever you want me. But this dude can play X wide receiver. Like even at 6 foot, 205 pounds, he's got he defeats press coverage. He's got violent hands to clear that that jam at the line. Like I have no concerns that he can play outside. I'm not putting him in the slot just because of his size.
Anything else on your guy Royals here? I think we.
That's my soapbox pitch.
He's going to be your biggest guy, I'd say, in this list.
Thanks for watching all the way to the end of our video.
For more great content, click here to subscribe and here to watch another video. We'll see you again soon.